All right, what's up guys? Coach Trevor here. So today in this video, we're gonna go over gripping the floor. And this is a super important cue, and this is really important to teach people that are flat-footed or even people that aren't flat-footed. It makes it to where they're making connections between their feet, their ankles, their knees, their hips, and then everything starts running together efficiently. So this is one of the first things I'll do with people. Typically, the reason why I love kettlebells is because it forces you to take your shoes off so they can actually feel the floor when they're doing their swings, when they're doing their goblet squats, or even when we introduce them to bodyweight box squats. This is like a great way of teaching people like how to feel the ground. So for this, I'll actually take my sock off. Boom, bad boy's off. So what we want to focus on, I'm gonna back away a little bit. What we want to focus on is we want to be able to open up our toes and then grip the floor here, all right? So in fact, I should probably get closer. You want to open up your toes, right? Spread them apart and then grip the floor. So for me, like when I'm just standing here, I'm a little flat-footed, right? So my arch is collapsing right here. You can't see it 100%. My arch collapses a little bit. The goal is to open up your toes, grip the floor, and then push down. It gives it a little bit more of an arch, okay? So if you can't necessarily see that the arch was developed here, and then this is me relaxing, and this is me gripping the floor and contracting. Gives it a little bit more of an arch. So what happens at the ankle will happen at the knee and happen at the hip, right? So if the ankle is collapsing inward like this, the knee will tend to internally rotate, all right? And then whatever happens from there, sometimes it goes into an anterior tilt from here, and then it makes an over excessive arch in the lower back, right? So by creating tension here, it makes it so the knee will line up with the middle of the ankle and the second toe, right? That's like labeled as like a neutral position, okay? So when you're teaching people this, a lot of times you actually have to take the shoes off, right? Put your hands on the foot and actually put it in a neutral position. And then tell them, it's like, okay, open up your toes and now grip the floor. And their goal is to try to pull their toes towards their heel, all right? There's toe exercises to make it to where people become smarter with their feet. Your feet should almost be the equivalent of your hands, right? So gripping the floor, I want to say think of yourself as like a cat and you're trying to ground yourself, grip the floor, get nice and tight, creating that arch. You should feel sensation here. If people are super new to this, there's no way they're gonna feel the floor with this, right? So just because their brain hasn't made that connection to that necessarily yet. Good cues and exercises to that though are basically drills. So you can have them sitting or standing. This is extra, but sitting or standing. And this is gonna teach them how to control their toe. So one is pushing down with their big toe. So big toe is up, the other four toes are down like this, right? So big toe down, other four up, boom. And just hold that. And focus on contracting that muscle right down in here, okay? So toes are coming up, boom, hold that for a few seconds and then relax. And they can do reps with that. You can have them do them standing, they can be sitting. Another one is pushing, I haven't done this in a little bit. Let's get there. Oh, I need to do this actually. Let's just stand up. Okay, so push down with the other four toes and get the big toe up. So I need to actually work on this. So big toe up, other four down. And hold, boom. Again, getting that big toe up. Yeah, I definitely need to do more of this for sure. I'm looking pretty bad. Cool. And then after you do maybe 3 reps, 10-second holds, do piano keys, right? Piano keys. All right, so almost making the wave with the toes. My toes get messed up in jiu-jitsu, but that's just a bad excuse not to do this. So once they get better at moving their toes and more efficient, another way to help people assist, I'm gonna take the sock off, by feeling their toes, is you can have a towel. The surface isn't necessarily smooth on this, it's the mat. You can have them start like this and they're gonna pull it in. Reach, open up the toes, and then pull it in. So they're crunching and they're using that foot, the muscles of the bottom of the feet to create an arch, create tension here. And that's gonna teach them to pull their toes towards their heel, and that gives them an arch, right? So it's important that they have the stability in their foot, right? So their ankle's not collapsing. The stability in their feet when they're squatting, because it's gonna make it easier to get the knees out in that bottom position, all right? So this is an in-depth conversation, right? So if there's a small class and you have enough time to work on someone for anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes, this is probably one of the best things you can possibly do for them. And then they should always be thinking this. This should be added to the list of things that they're doing when they're doing lower body exercises or any exercise in general, because once they keep that tension in their foot, that tension is going to radiate throughout their body. So they're going to be able to isolate the single joint that they're focusing on, right? So if it's going to be hips, it's going to be shoulders, that's their goal on that.